When we bought the house, I thought the story would be a lot more about renovations, be it the basement, the garage, the house itself and its rooms, the garden, and so on and so forth. But the more time I spend around here with my wife, I feel like it's becoming something more. It's not just a place we're renovating; it's becoming a place where we are reconnecting through very normal things, like spending more time together, making food together, like doing projects around the house, creating together, doing DIY stuff together, and so on. This week, most of the footage I have is not about doing renovation or house projects. It's mostly about my wife doing DIY projects and working on her stuff, making needle felting projects or fuse bead projects. We also went to Disneyland, which for us is a very special trip. It's where we met 10 years ago. Well, technically not met. Like, it's where we went on our first date together. So, going back now after all these years, when we're building this new chapter in our life, it felt very special. And I think it's what this video is really about. It's reconnecting through this new life we're building and this new house. One of the biggest recent changes is that my wife has been spending a lot more time working on her own creative projects. She does needle felting, fuse beads, and a lot of handmade things that require a lot of patience and minute detail, which is something she's not used to actually. Before leaving her job, she was working a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean all the time, every time. She was tired all the time, she was thinking about work all the time, she was stressed out. And honestly, even when she had free time, it wasn't really free time because in her head it was still work. And that's something I think a lot of people can relate to. Sometimes you just leave work, but your brain doesn't really leave work. And I could see that in her. She was always pushing herself, always trying to do more and more, always trying to go further. And ever since she left her job, I feel like she's slowly relearning to slow down, which is a good thing. She's learning to enjoy the process of making things. She's learning to quiet down and enjoy the quiet days. And she's learning to be excited about her own ideas. And honestly, watching all that has been really nice. Because slowing down is very much not easy when you're used to just being 100% all the time. Like sometimes, even when the pressure is gone, your body and mind is just like reacting like you're still under pressure. So slowly witnessing her come back to being her old self and learning to slow down feels very meaningful to me. And for me, it felt really nice because I can actually help her. Like, I'm not the one doing the needle felting creations or making fuse bead creations, but I've experienced through my online aquarium equipment store, so I can help her with that product listings, packaging, customer experience, and so on and so forth. It's been nice, like using my experience to help her, not in a way where I'm just taking over her project, but I'm just helping her, being there for her when she needs it. And that feels really good because I think one of the things I've been talking a lot about on this channel is me being very much absorbed into my own projects and into TFT competitions and so on. Like my own habits and problems, basically. And I don't think I was as present as I should have been for her. So now, like being able to spend more time with her to help her with her projects, it feels like very nice to me. And honestly, it was probably something I needed too. And the house played a big role in that. In the old apartment, it felt harder to imagine stuff and vision projects. Everything felt very much more limited, compressed. And even though the house is still not finished, well, it's very close to finished, it gives us space to imagine more and do more things. There's space for me to do aquascaping again. There's space for her online shop, for her workshops. There's space for our home gym. And yeah. And honestly, I think that's why this house feels that much more important. It's not because it's a house and it's better than an apartment. It's just because it fits us more and it gives us a lot more room to play. It's giving us room to slow down, to create, to spend more time together, and to be more intentional. And I think that's probably something I didn't think about when we bought the house. Like, we bought the house Now we're renovating it, but I feel like the house is also renovating us in some way. When you leave somewhere you don't really appreciate, it somehow restricts you. It makes it hard to envision new things. But when you finally find that place where you've been wanting to go, it feels a lot better. It opens up new ways to do stuff. And honestly, this week I felt that through my wife's projects. One of the nicest moments this week that happened is when she made her first sale. When you're looking at it from an outside perspective, it may feel like a small thing, like one order, but when it's your own projects, it's actually huge. Today, exciting day, we're going to the post office because my wife sold her first parcels on her website. I mean, her first order on her website, and I think she's happy. For those who are interested, she's selling perler beads or fuse beads and some needle felting stuff. So yeah, if you want to check her out, her website is Yaya's Creative Studio, and I'll leave a link in the comments. Like it's not about the money, it really isn't. What it really means is someone saw something you made and decided they wanted it. They decided to trust you, trust your shop. They liked the product enough to buy it, and it made the project feel very real. Because when you're starting a new project, a lot of it is invisible at first for a long time too. You spend hours calculating prices, taking photos, product photos, writing descriptions, making your website, and so on. And you're honestly wondering, like, will someone like it enough for them to make a purchase? And then suddenly, boom, there's the first sale. And then you're so happy, honestly. And I was really happy she could experience that because I know how much energy she poured into this project and like how much she felt burnt out when she was still working. That first sale felt like a confirmation that she's going in the right direction, basically. And being there for that, it made me really happy. And then we went to Disneyland.
Disneyland 虽然天气也不是很好，但是希望我们还是能玩得很愉快。耶！
For most people, going to Disneyland is just a fun day out. And honestly, it is, but for us, it has a whole different meaning. It's where we first got together. It's where I first asked her to become my girlfriend, even though I was going to leave to China for a whole year, for in like a month's time, if I remember correctly. Almost 10 years ago, we went there on our first date. And I don't think either of us at that time could imagine what would follow. The years together, the marriage, the moving, like we moved to a lot of places. I think we moved like 5 times in these 10 years. The stress, the work, the difficult periods of times, the house, and this new chapter of her life, of our life. So going back there was kind of emotional, honestly. It made me realize how much time had passed. You go back to a place that mattered at the beginning of your relationship, but you're not the same people anymore. Like, we're older, we built a life together, and yet being there actually reminded me of the beginning, of how and why all this started. I think that's why this trip to Disneyland mattered that much to me. Because lately, I feel like I've been spending a lot more time with her. Not just physically being in the same house kind of way, but like actually being there together, helping her, discussing things together, and so on. We're going out more together. We've started making new memories together. And that's really something I cherish a lot. And as I said in my first video, I felt like I had been neglecting my time with my wife too much. And like this trip to Disneyland is not fixing everything, but I feel like it's a good thing. It's a step in the right direction. I feel like I'm becoming more present again, and that matters to me. Because taking back control is also about your relationships, right? Like noticing who you've been neglecting, being available, making time for other people. It's also about showing up for the people you love, right? And for me, that's a big part of what this channel is supposed to be. I'm honestly very happy to see my wife creating more and more. I'm happy to see her slow down a bit, to be working more on her own projects, and I'm happy that I can help her. Because I think after years of feeling burnt out from your work, slowing down and focusing on your own projects is not a small thing. It takes courage to leave a job, to start your own project, to slow down when the world tells you to do more and more. And I'm very proud of her for doing that. Going back to Disneyland 10 years after our first date there was a reminder of where we began. But coming back home also felt very meaningful because now we have this place, right? We have this cozy home, this cozy house that we can call home. And I think that contrast is beautiful actually. Disneyland reminded us of where we began, and this house is a reminder of where we're going, what we're building. So, yeah, that was this week. I'm very happy with the house, not just for the place it gave us, but also for what it's giving us back. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.